Hi, it's Jean the Apothecary. Today is day 26 of my Metamorphosis in Motion series, my daily check-in on my midlife transformation. Today was one of those rainy, dreary days, a good day to reflect on things and get to planning. I had my planners out today and very industrious on trying to figure out how to streamline all the things I plan to do. One thing that I kept writing down, and one of the things I want to create as a habit, is my morning routine. I want my morning routine to become better serving for me. I need to accomplish more in the day, and I once upon a time had a morning routine that was great, and it fell by the wayside. So I'm going to reinvigorate it, start again, and I'm optimistic that it's going to go well. It's a little hard for me to get up earlier, but I think I can manage. I've got some notes here, so I'm going to take a look, make sure I touch on the things that I want to talk about today. So I wanted to I wanted to get there in part because I have been feeling a little scattered today. I did do a lot of planning. One of the reasons for planning is to help me not feel so scattered, help me kind of get my mindset to where I'm following a plan. And one thing on my list of things to do is to find some more equipment for my videos, and I'm just bogged down in that. I'm doing one of those analysis by paralysis or paralysis by analysis things where I want to make sure if I'm going to spend the money, I'm spending my money in the right place and I don't get the wrong equipment. So I don't know if you know, you probably do. There's a lot of options out there and I'm just stuck a little bit. So before I get to talking about my morning routine, I'll talk a little bit about my stuckness on finding the right equipment. So what I'm going to end up doing is pulling the trigger, because I could do this for days, and I don't like to spend money, to be honest with you. I don't like to spend money and not know if what I'm buying is going to work right or if it's going to break right away. So that's what I'm getting a little bit bogged down. And I get bogged down in things like that because I'm so determined to do things right. Like I have to do the right thing. Otherwise, I don't know what's going to happen if I don't. In my mind, something very terrible is going to happen. I don't know what it would be, but so I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to make just some decisions, find the key things that I need right now, one being good audio, and then making sure that I have a great way to hold my phone and make sure that my setup is right and I can have a light and stuff like that. But not to bog you down, what I'm trying to get at here is that sometimes when we're trying to make decisions on things, we can only gather so much information, and we can keep gathering information, but at the end of the day, we're never really going to know what works. And to be honest with you, I'm not trying to spend that much money right now. So ultimately it's not going to be that big of a deal. I just want it to work and not be frustrated when I open the box. So I'm going to do that by the end of tonight. I've decided. Now talking back to my morning routine, I got a little ahead of myself on my outline here, so we'll get back to my morning routine. I used to have one, as I mentioned, and I let it go, but it's really important that I get back onto one. It's really going to help a lot for me as I keep making advances in my transformation. And So what do I want to do? I'm going to get up earlier. I already get up fairly early. I mean, when I have days where it's been a long day and I'm up late, I do sleep in. I think sleep is one of the most very important things that we could possibly give our bodies, is a good night's sleep. So the last couple of nights have been late and tired, and I just thought it would be better for me to sleep in. But I'm ready now. I've been making little changes as it's 22 days right now, so that's a good solid 3 weeks. It's a good time to put some new things in because I've successfully let coffee go. I've replaced it with a tea, and I'll be changing out my teas, and we'll talk more about that in future videos. Like, what am I doing with these teas? What is the purpose of them? Right now, the purpose of my teas was to make sure I had enough caffeine where I didn't have a screaming caffeine headache. But I'll be putting in more teas to do different things, like help with my liver. We want healthy livers, and my brain. I would really like to improve what's going on with my brain. As I age, as everybody ages, it's really, really important to take care of your brain. And if you're younger and you're watching this, I'd say take care of your brain right now. Don't even, if you think that it might not be good for your brain, don't do it. Just make that decision. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's really not. You get older and you think, where did all my good thoughts go? They're in there somewhere. I think. I don't know. I think they're still there. So that's the tea. I replace coffee with tea. I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm trying to work more on mocktails or just water. I don't really need a mocktail, but if it comes with something that triggers me, sort of like if I'm going to go barbecue outside, and my habit used to be I would drink an IPA when I was grilling. Now I just grab a lemonade or a tea of some kind and bring that out with me. And I'll be working on more mocktail recipes too. And those will come up also in future videos. So back to my morning routine. Getting up early and leaving the phone. Just don't even look at my phone. Just going to get up in the morning, keep the phone somewhere else, watch somewhere else. I don't need to see it. I don't need to know what's going on in the world. What I need to do is get a drink of water, get out a journal. I mean, these are the things. They don't have to happen in this order, but we'll practice journaling again in the morning, exercise. I miss meditation. I had a meditation practice for a while, and it made such a huge difference in my patience, my ability to handle tough moments. I could relax a bit into that. I didn't have to accept that every little thing meant I needed to jump and catch on fire with whatever fire was happening, somewhere else. So meditation has been really, really useful and beneficial for me, and I really want to incorporate that practice in my morning routine again. Exercise. Exercise was so important to me, and various things happened and I stopped doing a lot of exercise. I still move my body, and I tell myself the story that, well, when I go down to the farm and I am, rototilling all day or planting or digging, or I go out in my garden and I'm doing a lot of work, or I cutting a tree with a chainsaw and moving big logs, that's exercise. It is, but it's not consistent. And I'm also probably asking for an injury by not keeping my body strong before I go do the things that require a lot of physical inputs. So I have that as my goal. My morning routine will start some actual movement, just movement of my body first thing in the morning. What I will be implementing later that's not part of my morning routine is a workout routine. I used to work out, and I used to be very fit, and I need to do that not just for me, but to show my kids, who are also, my son is not as fit as he could be, and it concerns me for his age. My daughter does exercise, but I'd like to teach her some more strength training. Strength training is so beneficial. While I'm on this topic, I just want to say that I am able to do the things I can do at my age because I did a lot of strength training when I was younger. If you're younger now and you're watching this, I highly recommend putting in a strength training routine. I highly recommend that you learn how to do the exercises properly. Strength training is wonderful if you do it right. So I know there's lots of videos out there. I think it really does help to get a personal trainer for, even if it's a short period of time. If you don't have deep pockets and you can't afford a personal trainer for a long period of time, I would invest in one. If it's an initial gym membership, often they give you one free for the first week or at least a couple of times. So make sure that you learn the proper movements, because that's really important. So back to my morning routine. This is how I go all day. I kind of like, I'll be on one thing and then I'll be on another thing. I'll work on that too. We'll try to keep on the topic that we're talking about. So the morning routine then is making sure I'm hydrated. I will, after I've done my journaling and meditation and exercise, not necessarily in that order, I will try, I don't often eat breakfast, but I do want to start trying a breakfast routine again. And I want to make it a higher protein breakfast. And one of the reasons I don't do breakfast, because I do have, but intermittent fasting does appeal to me, and I do like that. But I do like to mix it up too, because our bodies get accustomed to things and they don't change, they don't respond as well anymore. So I want to add some food in my diet in the morning and make it protein rich so that I feel full longer. And then what else? Let's see what I might have forgotten. Oh, get outside. Get outside and get that daylight. That's something I didn't do. It's harder to do when you implement a morning routine like that in the winter time because it doesn't get light until later in the morning. But right now it's summer and I have no excuses. I can go outside. Well, maybe on a day like today. I'm looking outside. It's a rainy day. There was not any sun today. But that doesn't mean there's no sun out there. So get outside, get some sun, and if you can, or if I'm going to work on grounding, so walk barefoot in my front yard. It's got some nice zoysia grass. It's nice and soft, and I enjoy it. So I'll ground myself in the yard, get some sunlight that'll help set my circadian rhythm to help me sleep even better at night. And speaking of sleep again, how important it is, I just want to say that my sleep right now is so therapeutic. When I was drinking coffee, when I was drinking alcohol, I would go to bed at night and I would sleep. I would go to sleep, but I would wake up in the middle of the night and not be able to go back to sleep. And my sleep was terrible. I never felt rested. And my day was cloudy. In my mind, my day was kind of like, not as clear as it is now. So my days are so much better because my nights of sleeping are so much better and the fog in my mind is not there. That doesn't mean I'm still not needing to work on my mental, let's keep my brain healthy. Keep your brain healthy. And there are herbs that will help with that, and we'll talk about that in another video. So that about covers my day today. That's a lot for today. Usually these are very, very short, but I think I'm getting in the groove here, which is kind of fun. So I've got more to say, and I'm not trying to say everything from memory. So I'm going to check on my notes. I don't mind doing that now. So I'm looking forward to the routine in the morning. I'll let you know how it goes. Tomorrow will be my day of starting. I've got a little habit tracker, so I'll track my habit to make sure that, or see if I stick to it or not. And I just want you to know that I'm sharing this because I know I'm not the only one trying to rebuild from the inside out. I always got stuck on the how. I would hear people say, oh, you should do this or do that, and I don't know how. So I'm going to try as best I can to share how. If I'm not sharing how clearly enough, leave me a comment, ask me. I want you to know how, especially if you're really struggling. Or if you're not really struggling. If you just don't know how and you want to know how, let me know. If I'm not being clear enough, just tell me. I'd be happy to dive into it in more detail. Now, if you're in your own metamorphosis, what do your mornings look like? Do you have a good morning routine? Maybe you do. I'd love to hear what you do to share your routine to get yourself going on the right foot in the morning. And if you don't, what would you like them to look like? How do you want to start your day? What would be a great start to your day for you? And that's it for today. Thanks for sharing this journey with me. I'm glad you're here. If you're trying to shift your mornings too, let me know. Let me know what's working for you. And if you haven't yet, subscribe so we can keep on this journey together. I mean, this is just one thing as I transform in the habits and the things that I'm doing. This is one of those things. So there's more to come, and we'll see what works and what doesn't work. And you'll get some good feedback on what you might be able to try or not try. So with that, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, night, whatever, morning, whenever you're watching this, and take care. Till next time. Bye.